Welcome to Massanutten Regional Library's online book talk. I'm Mr. Randy. Today we're going to be taking a look at 4 travel books. The first one is Penguin's Big Adventure. One day, Penguin had a big idea. He wanted to do something no penguin had ever done. He wanted to be the first penguin ever to set foot on the North Pole. He plans, he packs, he studies his adventure map, and along the way he runs into many old friends who are busy with their own projects. Finally, Penguin arrives at the North Pole. He's ecstatic to reach his goal, but he realizes he's also a little lonely. He has a chance to make a new friend from a different species. Penguin and Polar Bear manage to overlook their obvious physical differences to become new friends. When it's time to leave, Penguin realizes the best part of a trip is returning home, especially when you get to go home with friends. The illustrations are bold and engaging, and Salina Yoon manages to create a full story with sparse text, a perfect combination for children. Check it out, Penguin's Big Adventure. The second book we're going to look at is Miss Rumphus by Barbara Cooney. Then my great-aunt Alice set out to do the 3 things she had told her grandfather she was going to do. She left home and went to live in another city far from the sea and the salt air. Then she worked in a library, dusting books and keeping them from getting mixed up and helping people find the ones they wanted. Some of the books told her about faraway places. People called her Miss Rumphus now. This American Book Award winner is still relevant today. Alice Rumphus is the narrator's great aunt. She realizes from a young age she wants to travel the world and then retire to a cottage by the sea. Her grandfather, a master carver, reminds her of the importance of making the world a more beautiful place. The story follows Alice as she grows, from a child to an adult librarian, then to a world traveler, from tropics to mountain peaks to deserts. She eventually injures her back and retires to a cottage by the sea. And as she recuperates from her back injury, she contemplates how to make the world a more beautiful place. Finally, she decides to order bushels of lupin seeds and spreads them around her community. The next spring, the coast is full of the beautiful flowers. This story instills the narrator with a desire to travel, retire by the sea, and find her own way to make the world a more beautiful place. Looking for a little travel book in these times when we're kept inside a little more, check it out. The third book we're going to look at is The Snail and the Whale by Julia Donaldson. This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." The unlikely friendship of a tiny snail with a big wanderlust and a gigantic whale with a big heart make for a memorable journey and story. The snail wants to see the world, and the whale helps him accomplish his dream by giving him a ride on his tail. When the whale ends up beached in the sand, can the snail come to the rescue of his big friend? A clever book with a smart rhyming cadence and delightful illustrations. It could be a good classroom, whole group read aloud, or a bedtime story with your own children. Check out The Snail and the Whale. Our final book is I Dream of a Journey by Akiko Miyakoshi. This is my hotel, small but cozy. It's my pride and joy. I can't remember how long ago I welcomed my very first guests. Lots of people from all over the world come to stay. This story is about a hotel keeper who spends his long days catering to the needs of his well-traveled patrons. He enjoys hearing their tales of faraway lands. Many become friends who continue to correspond with him by postcards from across the globe. While he enjoys his patrons and the predictability of his small hotel in his small town, sometimes late at night he dreams of traveling the world and having new experiences to treasure, visiting friends and breaking out of his routine. The reader never knows for sure if the hotel keeper ultimately travels. One day I just might set off on a journey, he says. This is not a book I would recommend for a whole group read aloud. I would read it as a bedtime book for children before or after vacation. And I can also see it working well as a reader and discussion before using it as a writing prompt. The quiet, wistful longing and muted illustrations ultimately make this picture book as well suited for adults as children. So if you want a gentle, thoughtful read about travel and wanderlust, I Dream of a Journey would be a good choice. All right. Stop by Massanutten Regional Library to check out any of these 4 books about travel or any of the rest of our collection. We would be happy to help you at any one of our 7 branches. Have a great day.